Disclaimer. As far as I'm aware, none of what I say here is canon, so take it with a grain of salt. A lot of it is just theories and personal opinions. I'd like to start this off by talking about his gossip about Scraps, because I think people misinterpret it quite a lot. He only says he prefers ponies over dogs or cats. This doesn't mean he's obsessed with My Little Pony! Anyways, moving on from that mini rant. I believe that he has quite a few autistic traits, and most likely is autistic, especially since he seems to have a suspicious amount of trained knowledge for someone who's holistic. These two may not strictly be signs of autism, but they are also autistic traits, so this is really just my interpretation. He mentioned in his gossip about Goob that he doesn't like physical contact, which could be due to some kind of sensory issues. And while not outright said, I think it's certainly implied he follows quite strict routines, given what he says in his gossips about Brightney and Brusher. On the note of what he mentions in gossips, I believe that what he says about Poppy reveals some kind of higher level of critical thinking that no other toon seems to display. I think this also ties into what he says about Roger, my main question being, why were they separated? Would they have been too close? Did Arthur or Delilah see them being around each other as some kind of distraction to either of them? Would they have discussed things that they didn't want being shared, especially since they were in very different environments, with Delilah being hidden away while Roger was part of the show just like everybody else? They also do seem to be intelligent toons, and if worked together could possibly uncover some secret information. However, I don't know which, if any of these ideas could be the actual reason for it. I think this also has something to do with what he says about the circus troupe. Would he have been separated from other toons in general, possibly for some of the same reasons? I find what he says in his gossip about Sprout suspicious, because you wouldn't imagine the things they have to do to ensure we get a few luxuries could mean a lot, which I will not be getting further into for the fear of getting in trouble with YouTube, although those quotation marks do not help it sound any better. I do wonder if he has more knowledge of both the world they're in and the outside world. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is, but something about him makes him seem like he does know a lot, and possibly more than he should or was ever supposed to know. And he is the one who has access to places outside of Gardenview, so it wouldn't surprise me if he has more information than the toons do. Tying into this point a little, I think there's a possibility that having access to the outside world could have taken a mental toll on him, since Gardenview, at least to an extent, would be fairly sheltered, and I think there could be a chance of him having faced some kind of trouble outside of Gardenview. However, this is completely theoretical, and I doubt the chance of this being true is really that high, just a cool thought. Despite them both being in the lethal category, Dandy and Dial do seem to be at opposite ends of a sort of social hierarchy, Dandy being at the top as the star of the show, and Dial being at the very bottom, never being seen by the public.